Good morning. Thanks for the introduction, and yes, my name is Marissa, and I'm Mrs. Sochaki's daughter. And thank you guys for coming this morning to listen to me talk a little bit about my story, about what I'm doing, but more importantly, I'm hoping you can hear the people of Haiti talk through me this morning. So a little background about my story. It started a long time ago. I think I was in 6th grade. I saw a pamphlet of missionaries. Oh, the slideshow, they'll just circle through. There's not that many, but they'll just keep going. So take a look. It's my family. So I remember back in about 6th grade, I think, looking at a missionary pamphlet and seeing people living in developing countries. And from that time on, I knew that's sort of what I wanted to do. At age 11, it was hard to travel to places like Haiti. My parents still get nervous, and I'm 28, so it was hard at that time. But I tried to use that passion just to volunteer and do things closer to home as well. But fast forward 8 years to my sophomore year in college, and that's the first time that I was able to go to Haiti. It totally wrecked my heart, but it affirmed my passion to really want to do that type of work. On the first trip, I learned a lot about poverty. When I was preparing for the trip, I learned that there was such thing as a fourth world country. I learned the statistics of Haiti. It's the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere. The unemployment rate is nearly 70%, and 59% of people live on less than $2 a day. People talked about food insecurity and lack of infrastructure, but actually experiencing was a whole new ballgame. It totally overwhelms your senses. The smell of smoke from burning trash clogs your nostrils, burns your eyes, and watching children and pigs searching the same pile of trash for food is nauseating. I saw grown men cry for hours because they couldn't really understand that poverty exists. And then when you realize that such an injustice exists, coming back and thinking and realizing that I have food every day, I have running water, electricity, a school, a family that loves me, it can be paralyzing. It can make you angry or it can motivate you. For me, I got angry at first. It wasn't fair, and I still don't understand. The world's not fair. But I knew that I couldn't go back to my old life. So I took those two things together and came up with a plan to realize what I could do to help. The more time I spend in Haiti, though, I see a whole new picture. I see beyond the poverty and the statistics. If you only see the numbers and the statistics and the poverty, it can be really blinding. But if you look past that, you can see the faces and the hearts of the people who make Haiti what it is. It's really a beautiful country with beautiful people. You can see some of the pictures. We'll show that. It's a country where people have remarkable faith and resilience and a contagious joy. When people ask me why I love Haiti, it's not easy to answer. But I always say, it's beautiful. The nature and landscape of a Caribbean island are completely breathtaking. Mountains, beaches, but then the people too. They're beautiful inside and out. It sounds cliche, but it's really true. People can deny this. They'll argue and say, we don't have paved roads. Our houses don't have electricity. They're just made from tin. How can it be beautiful? But when you look past this and you see the faces of the children, you know it's undeniable. The best example I have of this is when we were going on a field trip, sort of far away. So we were all piled in the back of the pickup truck, and then we're driving through the mountains and it starts to rain. The girls were giggling and laughing, and they huddled together and started singing. And then I looked up, and in the midst of all huddling together because we were cold, you could see a rainbow and the mountains, and it was pretty cool. Their joy shone through the rain. Another super cool part of Haiti that we see when we look past the poverty and look into the faces of the children is this true joy. Not just artificial smiles, but smiles that really melt your soul. Take Bruni, for example. Something simple. They love to go for a walk, and they're always asking to go for a walk. I love to walk too, but it's not always possible. So this time it was. I said yes. She started glowing, running around the house. One of the older girls took one of the little boys to try to find his shoes so he could go too. The shoes are always missing. It made me happy to see them happy. It's a type of joy that's contagious. Like Sonia's laugh. She giggles, I would try to imitate her, but she always tells me, that's not what I sound like. That's what you sound like when you're trying to imitate me. So I won't do that. She's way cuter anyway. But my other simple story of this is one day we were coloring Disney princesses, and all the girls just broke out in a whole new world. It wasn't just sort of humming, but like the belly laugh version of singing. And I just sat there with a corny smile on my face, because in the midst of worrying about stupid things, the girls taught me the importance of just living each moment and enjoying what you have, even if it's just your voice. Imagine if we were all filled with a contagious joy like that. A little bit more details about the orphanage that I'm living at. The moms of the orphanage are Mikhail and Jerta, and they're really the faces of sacrificial love. They started the orphanage 21 years ago and just wanted to give children a home. And the girls don't see it as an orphanage, they really do see it as a home. We were coming back somewhere and someone asked me where we were going, and I said, oh, we're going back to the orphanage. And they all corrected me. They said, no, we're going back home. It's not an orphanage. So that's really the philosophy and the mindset there. Currently, there's 27 children that live there. There's also a school downstairs. It's a kindergarten for the community. And they don't deny kids the ability to come to get an education even if they can't pay. And it also employs 5 professors. Last year, we also opened an American school upstairs, which will give the girls a chance to get a U.S. diploma, so to hopefully open up their opportunities and teach them English and French and Creole, so they can translate and do things like that as well. The orphanage is also a beacon in the community, and they reach out to the families in need. When the hurricane was coming, they moved the kids to my friend's house because it had more security, better roofing. But the ladies who run the orphanage stayed because they wanted to open it up to people in the community, even if that meant risking their lives. So it's really how they live each day. In Haiti, a lot of times people will notice what's lacking in comparison to other countries. They have less money, less food, there's no electricity, no running water. But few people really see what Haiti has above other countries, and that's a resilience and a faith to continue going. You can never complain that you have bad luck if you read the history of Haiti. I won't bore you with the details today, but it's really remarkable. Even on the orphanage level, I'm continually impressed with the resilience that they exhibit on a daily basis. They don't know every day if their basic needs will be met. Will they have enough food? Will they have enough water? But at the same time, they know with a certainty, it's remarkable, that their bigger dreams will come true. And their bigger dream right now is a new house on a new property that will allow the kids to live more like a family, be more self-sustaining with producing their own food. And they really do believe this is possible by this coming summer, even despite everything that's happened. So even as Kais, being from Michigan, you guys will appreciate this. So we can do Michigan hand math, right? We can also make it Haiti. You go like this. So we look down here, and this is where Kais is in the south. And if you look at maps and things of how the hurricane came through, the eye went right through the city. So it's nuts. Everyone I know in our greater family, everyone is physically okay, but their spirits and things are down, and the destruction it's devastating. I've talked to one of my Haitian friends went into town the other day, and she said it's worse than you could imagine. And I was talking to my friend the other day, or yesterday night, and I said, well, how was your day today? And she said, it was okay, but it's so heartbreaking that I know so many people right now are going to bed hungry because they can't find food. So everything is having to be shipped in, and it's hard to imagine. We have a lot of families who need roofs and things like that. So it's going to be a long rebuilding process. The country was based largely on agriculture, and all the crops and things were destroyed too. So there's a lot of work to be done, and it will be a long road. But yeah, deciding to leave when the storm was coming was probably the hardest decision I've ever made. It was like leaving my family. And then I felt guilty and angry again. I had the chance to leave and they didn't, and to me that's not fair. But I don't want to stay angry, and I'm trying to make the best of the situation and give them a voice. And among the numbers and the statistics that you're hearing on TV, I want you to see, the faces and the joy that's really there. The more time I've spent in Haiti, the biggest lesson I've learned is the importance of listening. It's something that seems so simple, but it's how we really hear others and see the heart of others and empower them. We give others value when we listen to them. And we can do that here, whether you listen to your family or your teachers is always good, to a stranger or to Haitians speaking to. Then they become people and you can really hear their story. So what I hope you heard today is a story of hope and not a story of despair. Yes, the hurricane is devastating, but it gives us the opportunity to grow stronger from this. So let's focus on what Haiti has to teach us, and together we can restore the beauty and the hope to Haiti. So that's what I have. But if you guys have any questions about Haiti, about what I do, yeah.
How can we help?
The biggest thing right now is funds. When we look at collecting donations and things, when we look at the bigger picture and doing more good over the long term, we kind of want to build up their economy instead of taking things in. Spreading the word is always good too, just talking about it. Even the media, they've given it some attention, but not, I don't think as much as they deserve. Are the big things. On a long term, I mean, even writing letters or sending pictures and encouragement, things like that, the girls love that, and they'll write back too. So if that's something simple too.
So how do you bring in food? How do you do that? Does it get delivered, shipped? How does that work?
So a lot of the food that's coming in right now is from big aid organizations, and they're just bringing in like helicopters and things. I think there's still some food available in the market that wasn't like completely wiped out, so they're able to buy that. And our philosophy right now is if we can buy food, then the aid that's coming in can be for the people who aren't able to buy any. So yeah, we don't have to bring anything in yet. We're purchasing, and then big